Josh Allen from GAK.co.uk here with another GAK demonstrational video for you guys to enjoy. Today we're going to be looking at two beautiful pedals by the guys at Bogner Amplification. So we're going to be doing the blue Ecstasy and the red Ecstasy. So the first one we're going to check out is the blue. So let's go and have a look at the front panel of the pedal. So as you can see on the front panel, you have your sort of standard EQing and gain system. So from left you've got volume, treble, middle, bass and gain. At the top you see a selection of 4 different switches with some options on there. You've got variac, your mode, your pre-EQ and your structure. Then as you can see there's a couple of see-through knobs on there. So if I turn it on you can see that obviously the light indicates, but if I hit the boost you can see that there's an extra gain and extra boosted volume section knobs as well. Those little 2 tiny lights are knobs that you can turn, which is very cool. So the pedal is true bypass. It has a boost function with the independently lit volume and gain controls, as I said. You've got your master controls, as you can see. The variac option adds a dropped voltage, so the dynamic compression, so you can feel the sound apparently. You've got a mode switch, Plexi and blue. Basically it offers a vintage lower gain or modified high gain. So the pre-EQ switch, B1, N and B2 settings control the openness and presence of the higher range harmonics. You have your structure switch, which is rated at 100, 101 and 20th anniversary settings. So they offer EQ shifts and gain structures from various eras and different models of the Ecstasy amplifiers. So there's a little explanation of the blue. So I've got this American Standard HH Stratocaster here going straight into the blue Ecstasy, which is running on its battery power, and then that is going into the Princeton Reverb, 68 Princeton Reverb amp, and it is a beautiful amp. So we're just going to flick around with some settings. So I've got, this is my clean signal. So I'll show you the clean signal first. So that's the direct clean signal with the pedal disengaged. So the beautiful thing that I like about this pedal is that it adds like a slight hair of overdrive onto the amp when you just turn it on. So I have everything set to 12 apart from the bass, which is dipped down below 12. The variac is on. I'm on the Plexi mode. The pre-EQ is to the B2 section and the structure is on the 20th anniversary. So let me show you what this pedal sounds like. Cool, so that's the pedal just engaged. So as you can hear, as I said, there is a slight amount of hair on there that I really, really find attractive. That sort of tone is something that I would have sort of all the time. So let me switch the mode to the blue instead of the Plexi, and you can hear the different sounds. So there's two different variations of sort of modes on this pedal. So from Plexi to blue. So let me show you that. So the thing that I really like about it is that if I switch it back to the Plexi mode and I use the boost function, it's like I'm using the Plexi and the blue. Now if I use the boost, it is a little touch more than the blue, I will say, but it's very inherent of that sound that you just heard, but with a little bit more saturation. So let me put it back to the Plexi sound, engage the boost, and you can hear how far the pedal can actually go. Cool, so there's a little short demonstration of the Ecstasy Blue, switching between both modes and using the boost function as well. So let's do the same for the Ecstasy Red and see what that sounds like. So once again, the pedal is true bypassed. It has the boost function with independently lit volume and gain controls like the blue. Master controls, so we've got gain, treble, middle, bass and volume. Once again, we have the variac switch, so we can sort of dip the voltage. The mode switches, so we've got tight, mellow and full. So basically that shapes the general EQ of the pedal. We've got our pre-EQ again, so B1, N and B2 settings for the openness, presence and high range harmonics. The structure switch, same as the blue as well, so 100, 101 and the 20th anniversary settings. So settings I have dialed in, everything is set to 12 o'clock, including the gain. The volume is dipped a bit below 12 o'clock. The variac switch is on, the mode is set to tight, not mellow or full. We'll go through mellow and full. The pre-EQ is set to B1 and the structure is again on the 20th anniversary setting. I think that sounds really nice. This is a much higher gain sounding pedal and a lot warmer sounding pedal than the blue as well. The blue is a little bit more organic in my taste. This one is a little bit more, focused towards the higher gain side of things. So let me give you the clean signal again on the guitar. Let's engage the pedal. that essentially sounds to me like the blue Ecstasy, but on its boosted function. So the cool thing about the red is that you can push it a little bit more as well. But let's check out the other modes. So that was tight. Let me switch it to mellow. So that's the pedal on the mellow section. And then finally, let's check out the full mode. So those are the three different mode settings on the pedal. So we went from tight, which I really liked, mellow, which is really dark, and then full, which is a little bit more open. So let's check out what happens when we engage the boost function. So there you go. There was a very quick demonstration of the Bogner Ecstasy blue and red pedals that we have in stock right now in the shop and online. So make sure that you check them out if you come down to the shop. They're definitely worth having a look into. I loved the blue one, that organic sort of slight hair to the notes, just engaging the boost function, no, not the boost, just engaging the pedal itself was awesome. But tell me what you guys would like to use. What would you use? What amp would you use? How would you use it? Would you use the blue and then boost the function? Would you love to use the red with that high, thick, sort of jazz fusion Alan Hines sort of feel to it? Or would you buy both? If you got the cash to spend, would you buy both and use the blue but use the boost function from the red, or use the overdrive channel on the Ecstasy, and then, or did you just love the boost channel? You know, would you just use the boost channel, both of them together? So tell me what you think. I really enjoyed playing these and they sound amazing. So I hope you enjoyed this short demonstration of the Bogner Ecstasy red and blue pedals. Thank you for watching.